June 19, 1944. 373 Japanese aircraft take off from their carriers, confident they are about to deliver a devastating blow to the American fleet. These were experienced pilots, disciplined warriors, men who had terrorized the Pacific for nearly 3 years. By nightfall, most of them would be dead, and it was all because of one aircraft they had laughed at. When Japan's Mitsubishi Zero first appeared, it was terrifying. It was fast, agile, and could outturn anything the Americans had. It swept through Pearl Harbor, the Philippines, and the Dutch East Indies like a storm. Allied pilots learned quickly that fighting a Zero on its own terms was a death sentence. But the Zero had a secret weakness. No armor for the pilot, no self-sealing fuel tanks. One good burst from an enemy gun, and it burst into flames. America took note. Grumman aircraft built their response in Bethpage, New York. It was not pretty. It was not elegant. It was heavy, wide, and powered by a 2,000-horsepower engine that made it one of the most powerful fighters in the world. They called it the F-6F Hellcat. And when Japanese pilots heard its specifications, some of them actually laughed. They would not be laughing for long. The Hellcat did not need to outturn the Zero. It outdived it, it outran it, and its 6 50-caliber machine guns could set an unprotected Zero on fire with a single half-second burst. American pilots learned one simple rule: do not fight on Japan's terms. Fight on yours. On June 19, 1944, those 373 Japanese aircraft ran straight into hundreds of waiting Hellcats, guided by radar, flying in coordinated formations, and ready for exactly this moment. The first Japanese wave lost over 40 aircraft in minutes. The second wave was torn apart. Then the third. Then the fourth. By the end of the day, Japan had lost over 300 aircraft. America lost 29. Sailors watching from the decks below started joking about it. They called it the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot. Japanese carrier aviation never recovered. Their greatest pilots were gone. Their training pipeline was broken. Within months, Japan's carriers were being used as decoys because there were no longer enough pilots to fly from them. The F-6F Hellcat went on to destroy over 5,000 enemy aircraft in the Pacific, with a kill ratio of 19-1. It is one of the most dominant records in the history of aerial combat. Japan built the Zero for a war of skill and elegance. America built the Hellcat for a war of industry and firepower. And in the Pacific, the sledgehammer beat the sword every single time.